don't know, because, talking too much, making too much about this, I can see how the gal's emails, like, why did you have to post this? What are we really going to gain from it? Other people have shared comments that they're like, why is this so important? And one thing that if we want to be careful to not forget one thing, it affects how our picture of God. You know what I mean? At a very core level. The person who is sure of their salvation approaches their prayer life differently.
Yeah.
They pray differently. They have a different orientation to the scriptures, and they're going to teach the scriptures and expound upon the scriptures in a different way than people who don't have that kind of confidence. And when it comes to my own you were sharing about your experience. My experience is the same way. I don't understand how someone could say that they chose God. I guess, that's a limitation I have. I only know my own experience.
Yeah, same here.
But boy, I mean, I don't get it. And I don't get it how someone could say that they chose God and they, I cannot relate with that. So maybe, to be fair, I'm biased by my own experience.
I love what Lois says. She says, he interfered with Paul's freedom to keep on riding a horse. So,
that's exactly,
so if Paul's...
Paul's a great example.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the other thing is...
And do we have a counter example? Is there anyone in the scripture where it says, and this person chose God?
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. The other thing that I would say is that when we it might just seem like this debate doesn't matter. I think this debate matters because what happens is that you start to give on some of these small things and say, oh, yeah, okay, blah, blah. But then down the road, what happens? You have people who are falling into open theism. The idea that God is not all-knowing, that he lives outside of time, limits God. Not only does it limit God, it diminishes God. That, I think, is a problem. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who believes in Arminian theology is an open theist. I don't see how you can take Arminian theology to its full ends and not fall into open theism. But I have plenty of friends who do. And I have a good believing friends who, this is an in-house debate. This is not a salvation issue. I don't think that if you hold to Arminian theology, you're going to hell. But I think that it puts some interesting views of God in our mind, and I think that it's not what the Bible teaches. And so I think that it's important to discuss because we're trying to find the truth in the Bible, right? We're trying to find the truth in his word.